All right, sit down for a minute. I want to tell you something, and I promise I'm not trying to sell you anything. No life coach nonsense, no motivational poster garbage. Just a story, a true one, about a man who should have quit 1,000 times and didn't. And I'll be honest with you, when Rose told me about this fella the first time, I didn't believe her. I said, "Rose, that can't be right." She said, "Walter, look it up." So I did, and now I'm telling you. There was a man born in 1890, Indiana. His daddy died when he was 5 years old, just gone, and his mama, trying to keep food on the table, she worked all the time. So this boy, at 6 years old, was cooking for his little brother and sister. 6. Most kids that age can barely tie their shoes. This kid was frying eggs and keeping the house from burning down. By the time he was 10, his mama remarried. And the stepfather? Well, let's just say he wasn't handing out hugs. Beat that boy regular. So, at 12 years old, he left. Just walked out the door and didn't come back. 12. Think about that. You got a 12-year-old in your life? Now, imagine them out there trying to make it on their own. He worked on a farm. Then he worked for a streetcar company. Then he lied about his age and joined the army at 15. Got sent to Cuba. Came back. Tried being a railroad fireman. Got fired. Tried being a lawyer. Studied by mail. Got into a fist fight with his own client in the courtroom. That ended that career real quick. He sold insurance for a while. Then he sold tires. Then he ran a ferry boat. Then he tried selling lamps, door to door. Can you imagine? Going house to house with a lamp, trying to convince folks they need better lighting. That failed too. At 40 years old, he's running a service station in Kentucky. Not even a fancy one. Just gas, tires, maybe fix your radiator if you're lucky. And he started cooking food for travelers. Just simple stuff. Fried chicken, biscuits, whatever he remembered from cooking as a kid, people liked it. So he kept doing it. Then the state built a new highway, and that highway didn't go past his station. It went somewhere else. So just like that, nobody's stopping anymore. Business dried up. He's 65 years old. Walter. 65. The age most folks are thinking about. Rocking chairs and early bird specials. This man got his first Social Security check, $105. And he looked at that check and thought, this ain't gonna cut it. Now here's the part that gets me. He had a recipe, that fried chicken he'd been making, and he thought, maybe I can sell this. Teach other restaurants how to make it. Take a little cut of each piece they sell. Franchising, they call it now. Back then, it was just a desperate idea from a broke old man. So he got in his car, an old beat-up thing, and he started driving, restaurant to restaurant. He'd walk in, offer to cook his chicken right there, let them taste it. And he'd say, if you like it, let's make a deal. You use my recipe, my method, and you give me a nickel for every chicken you sell. You know what they said? No. Over and over and over. No thanks. Not interested. We got our own chicken. Old man. He slept in his car most nights. Couldn't afford motels. He'd pull over, curl up in the back seat, wake up stiff and sore, and go do it again. 1,009 times. That's how many restaurants told him no. 1,009. I can't even imagine hearing no that many times. And still knocking on the next door. Most of us would have quit after 10. Maybe 20 if we're stubborn. But 1,009? Finally, restaurant number 1,010 said, Yes, a man in Salt Lake City tried the chicken, liked it, and agreed to the deal. Then another one said yes. Then another. And slowly, real slow, it started to build. 10 years later, there were 600 restaurants selling his chicken. And that broke 65-year-old man sleeping in his car. He sold the company for $15 million. Adjusted for today, that's over $150 million. His name was Harland Sanders. You know him as Colonel Sanders. And every time you see that white suit and that bucket, you're looking at a man who got rejected 1,009 times and kept going anyway. Now, I'm not saying this to make you feel bad or pump you up with some rah-rah speech. I'm just saying, most of the time when we quit because we think it's too late, too old, too broke, too tired. Too many times we've already failed. And maybe Colonel Sanders should have quit. Probably would have made sense to, but he didn't. And that's the only reason you know his name. Rose asked me last night. She said, "Walter, what would you do different if you knew you couldn't fail?" And I told her, "Baby, I don't know. But I know what I'd do different if I knew failing didn't mean stopping." That's the thing, isn't it? It's not about whether you fail. It's about whether you let that be the period at the end of the sentence or just a comma. All right, that's all I got. If you stuck around this long, I appreciate it. Hit that subscribe button if you want more of these. And drop a comment. Let me know. What's something you quit on that maybe you shouldn't have? Or maybe something you kept going on when everyone told you to stop. I'm curious. Y'all take care now.